hello everyone. The purpose of my talk is going to be about how I've participated in building a new type of school based on stuff people have known for decades. You just talk about this. There's science about it, how to make a better education, more efficient education. Still, it doesn't happen a lot in traditional education. And the story of my talk is going to be a little bit about my story, of course, because I've been doing that for 18 years now, started when I was 13. And it has evolved more and more over the years into OpenClassrooms, the website and the company that I have co-founded. So let me just introduce by stuff. Sorry, everyone knows. Let me get back. OK. It's about skills. You've all heard about the problem of digital impacts. You know that companies are seeing changes at a rapid pace and need to hire new people, new skills, but they don't have it. We know, for instance, that in just a few years, 7 million jobs will disappear in 15 major economies, just according to the World Economic Forum. And that companies say they lack digital skills. They need people, but they don't find them. And also, the workplace, most of them say that they haven't even started to tackle the problem of digital skills of their employees. Are they working on it? They say not, or not enough. So for instance, in France, the country I come from, our new president, Emmanuel Macron, has pledged 15 billion to improve access to professional development. This is how big the issue is. This is how much money France, for instance, is pouring to try to solve this equation, because this is costing a lot and a lot to the economy, not just in France, but all over the world. I believe that's the same here in Korea. So, OpenClassrooms. We are the first edtech platform in Europe, but the main thing I would like you to remember is that we are a mission-focused company. We want to make education more accessible. And how do we do that? By helping people find a job in the digital economy. That's our #1 KPI. We want people to find a job thanks to OpenClassrooms. That's how we know we've done a great job. My story before founding OpenClassrooms was when I was 13 years old. I wanted to learn how to make a website, but I couldn't find any book for a beginner like me in the bookstore. It was always for professional people, you know? And for me, well, there was nothing. So I decided to buy one of these books anyway, and to learn from one of these books. I managed to do it. And then I created a website where I could teach other people the way I would have liked to be taught. So I learned the way where I would have liked to be taught. And this started like that. This was OpenClassrooms in 1999. We just started. It was just me and a few friends. And it became bigger and bigger over years. It evolved into a company. Now it's a startup based in Paris with 100 employees and 3 million monthly students on the platform all over the world. They come to learn every month. So people have heard about MOOC platforms. We are more than that. Yes, there are courses, online courses that are open, so that's MOOCs. You can find MOOCs on OpenClassrooms, but it's way more than that. We give online degrees. I believe we've been one of the first online platforms to give online degrees recognized by the French state and available all over Europe, so it's recognized. And there's 30 of them actually on the platform, and it's going to be 50 by the end of the year. We work with academic partners. We build our own courses. We build our own degrees, but we also are integrated within the ecosystem. Within all the ecosystem, employers, but also academic and traditional education institutions. Because we know that we can't tackle the problem alone. We need the help of everyone, and we need to push forward thinking in education. There's a lot to do, as we know. We have 1,200 certifying courses. These are just the visible part of the iceberg. I'll get back on this later. So important just to remember that the first state-endorsed degrees started in 2015, but the company started, again, 18 years ago. So it's been a lot of experience. It's been a wild ride until today. And the last few years have been amazing, especially because we started to give online degrees, and people just came to OpenClassrooms to say, wow, So now there's real degrees online. I mean, it's not just for a few courses, it's really recognized, and I can get a job. And it started to become bigger and bigger from this year. And this year we started to do online apprenticeship. We're partnering more and more with companies. I get back on this on the future slide. So what is our model? How do we make it work? Well, as I said, we started with lots of things people know or have known for years. Of course, you need great content. Everyone wants great content. Who doesn't want great content? So yeah, we design online courses the best way we can with the best teachers. And the best teachers are not necessarily the well-known teachers. It's sometimes people who are just passionate about their job, and they learn teaching much more quickly than some expert teacher learn how to make an online course. So this is how we design the courses. We have a whole team at OpenClassrooms working on building the courses. We have a team shooting the videos and helping you with writing the right assessments. And we internalize most of the teachers inside OpenClassrooms. But the most important stuff is not the courses, it's the projects. We have a project-driven platform. What does that mean? It means that when you become a student on OpenClassrooms, you are given a project to do. And you don't know how to do that project, right? You just started. But then we tell you, these courses might help you to do the project. So you learn the courses you need, and only those you need, because you want to achieve and complete a project, a real project that came from a company or someone who asked in the real world. So you learn by doing, and you learn by doing real things you are going to be asked in the future when you're going to work at a company. So that's important. It's based only on skills. There's no grades on OpenClassrooms. So it's either you have this skill and you check, or you don't have it yet and you still need to learn about it. It's what we called mastery learning just a few minutes ago. Mm-hmm. So that's project-based learning. Courses on OpenClassrooms are not mandatory. In fact, some people manage to do all the projects without looking at any course, and they get until the end, and they get a degree, and we're perfectly fine with it, because they have proved they have the skills by doing the project. So it's OK. So we can give them the degree. So that leads me to employability. Employability is important because that's at the core of our mission at OpenClassrooms. And of course, having state-endorsed degrees help a lot, because employers have more insurance. They say, OK, it's going to be serious. But also students are more comfortable with having degrees. I don't believe degrees are necessary in the world, absolutely. But I think that actually it helps a lot, especially in countries like France, but also in many other countries, to have a state-endorsed degree. So that's what we give. And we go much further, because now we have a job guarantee. It has been about 6 months. So if you don't find a job 6 months after graduation on OpenClassrooms, you get full tuition reimbursement. It's like you haven't paid anything. It's free. Because we have failed. So we should have a penalty if we didn't do our job correctly. And we decided to do that, even if our CFO was like, no, don't do that. This is going to kill the company, because we have to reimburse everyone, right? Well, it's been 7, 8 months. No one has asked for reimbursement. Everyone has found a job. Why? Again, because this works with the companies, because we help them a lot, and because they have confidence now. They can find a job. And of course, it's online, but that doesn't mean you're alone. So you work with a community, with peers. You do online projects together. You also have peers helping you if you struggle, and you have mentors. I get back on that later. So that's the state-endorsed path we have right now on OpenClassrooms. As you can see, it's mostly about the digital economy, because if you want to have a job guarantee, for instance, well, it's the jobs that you are sure to find if you have a degree today. It's about development, so of course, becoming a mobile developer leads you to a job easily today, but also in cybersecurity, data science, data analysis, UX design, project management, digital strategy, etc. All these are state-endorsed degrees, and I would like to emphasize on that because that's fairly new. It's exactly the same as a traditional school, but it's fully online, and you can do it from home at your own pace. It's open all over the year, so you can start today, or you can start at the middle of December, middle of August. It works the same for us. And also, the duration of the pass depends on you. It's not 1 year or 3 year program. It's your time program. If you need 9 months to complete, for instance, the front-end developer pass, then you just have to pay 9 months, about 300, 400 euros a month. You're not engaged to anything. You just pay when you need it. And in 9 months, you get a degree. If you need 18 months for the same degree, then fine, do it in 18 months. So that's a new type of education. We are used to something very strict, something that has specific duration, but we have proven that it is not necessarily the case. As long as you get a degree, you have the skills, and you have a job at the end. Now, let me emphasize on this mentoring model, which is important to Open Classrooms. I believe the education we have created is not only about great courses. It's not only about project-driven. It's not only about community-led stuff. It's also about this mentoring model. It's not new. It's one-on-one mentoring model. When you become a student on Open Classrooms, you get your own private mentor by video conference. You will see him or her every week, once a week, just once a week, to tell him or her what has happened. How do you feel? Do you have questions about the courses and the projects? Do you need help on something? The mentor is here. Just 1 hour a week is enough, from our experience, to help. But having one-on-one mentoring is crucial, from my experience. We have tried one-to-many, for instance, and it does not work that well. We have stopped that. It was a failure for us. But one-on-one mentoring model works really well. The mentors will validate your skills. So once you finish the project, the mentor says, OK, you check these skills, so you have new skills, and you validate this project. And then you can go on to the next project. Usually, a pass on Open Classrooms is about 10 projects to complete. And once you have the 10 projects completed, you have the degree. So the role of the mentor is really important to understand. The mentor is not here to give you the courses, because the courses are already available for free online on Open Classrooms. No, the mentor is here to give you the right course you need at the right time. He's like an orientation member. He will give you what you need at the time you need. And what mentors do most is not helping technical difficulties. The mentors are here to give you insurance about yourself, that you are capable of doing it. They say, from experience, that more than 60% of the time is about telling people, it's OK, you're going to make it. I've been there before. You can do it. I know you can do it. This makes a huge difference. And finally, the mentors do not come from anywhere. They are a part of a specific team at Open Classrooms, remote team, working globally in many countries. They are hired by Open Classrooms. They are paid every time they do a mentoring. And there are hundreds of them all over the world. And it's important because we train them. They get an actual certificate and in the future a degree to become a mentor on Open Classrooms, because they need to know what is expected of them, of course. So that's going to be my final slides. I just would like to open up to a new perspective. We've started by opening the courses to everyone. We say everyone should be able to learn. It's 300 euros a month if you want to get a degree. OK, and lots of people came because it was interesting for them. It was new. You can do it from anywhere in the world, from your home, at any time. But still, there was an issue. Even if we worked closely with employers, sometimes the students needed to have more insurance about the fact that they're going to be employed. And also, the companies have needs. They want to find new people to work at their companies. They can't find the skills inside the company. And they can't find anywhere in the world because there's not enough developers, for instance. So what we say is, let's work together. Let's work to hire immediately these new students and engage the students, the candidates, they are going from day one to work at your company part-time and work on OpenClassrooms part-time. So this is a model that is not new. We've not invented anything. But doing it online and doing it well makes a real difference because, well, it can start at any time of the year. It has the duration you need. And it can start any time and anywhere in the world. So this is a new stuff at OpenClassrooms. This is the on-the-job training model. We call that online apprenticeship, and it has driven a huge interest for the past 6 months. We have started this. We are effectively creating a global talent supply chain. This is how we call it. Because we define the needs with the divisions, the subsidiaries of companies, small and bigger companies, and we create the student cohorts they need because they need people, for instance, developers, and they start the program whenever they want, and the calendar is 100% flexible. So for instance, we have programs as business consultant in France, we have Java developers starting in Morocco and India, data scientists, and that is happening right now. That's stuff we can do because it's fully online and flexible. And that's about it. We work with companies. For instance, Capgemini has been one of the first to sign with us on open and online apprenticeship, but also other famous companies that you can see are working with us in building this new type of path. And as I said, we partner also with traditional education providers and job seeker agency in many countries to make everything match together. That's about to be my story. I hope it has informed you well, and if you have any question, I'll be happy to answer with the other people in the panel. Thank you.